Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School. If you've not joined the Video Game Fight School community, consider doing so by hitting the subscribe button. Today, we're going to be looking at a step forward by Warner Brothers Games Montreal. For many that do not know, Warner Brothers Games Montreal has actually started to get their Twitter and their social media active, and it seems like things are starting to ramp up. In fact, they've put out the communication that their intentions are to actually start showcasing their studio, showcasing, some of what they do and why they love making games. So, in my opinion, this is actually a good step. I know most of the Batman audience is just, hungry for a new game, but we need to also understand that, exercising a little bit of patience only means that we're going to get the most polished possible game that we can get. And then there was something that was really interesting. They put out a tweet with an introduction of the community or a community manager on Twitter. To me, I thought this was much more groundbreaking than anything that we have actually gotten in the past few months. Think about it. About 8 months ago or however many months ago, what we got was a tweet with a cryptic symbol of some kind. Now we actually have a person in the forefront. And this is something that a lot of fans may still be just on Twitter, just saying, oh, we won the game. But people are not considering that when a publishing company or a development company brings somebody to the front of you, they're doing it because they want you to have a face that you can recognize so that this person can, communicate directly from the studio, from the publisher to the gamers. Now, many of you may not know, I cover another game on a separate channel. I have another YouTube channel. I'll keep it, on the wrap. Some of you here know, and I cover another game that does, require long-term play and has community managers that communicate things with the gamers. And this is one of the more reliable places to get information. You can hit up these people on Twitter once in a while. If they have time and they see your tweet, they'll reply. They'll help you kind of know what's going on. In fact, the studio is actually much more open because sometimes we even have some direct communication. Some people in the community anyways are able to tweet some of the developers on questions about the game and they answer to the best of their ability. So this is a very good thing for those who have been saying, oh, we won this game. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in a very sweet position right now where the game is as good as a reality, a tangible reality, because the studio has finally, come out of their shell. And I think something close is getting ready to be dropped. However, or wherever the progress is, we do not know. We'll just have to wait to be told. But I think now that there's a community manager, I think we're getting closer to seeing some tangible tidbits of this game. One really cool thing too about the community manager and the position and the person that's going to be taking this role is they were able to share their story. I think we're probably going to be seeing other community managers, other people within the studio, and know who's making our games. This is a common trend that was basically kicked off by some games that have this longevity, long-term play. When I say longevity and long-term play, I'm talking about MMO style games. If you guys remember Destiny 2, The Division, Warframe, these games have community events, community meetings, even Remnants from the Ashes. The way these games actually kind of put out their marketing was a one-on-one direct line from the community directly to the studio. Not like back in the day when, Warner Brothers Games was trying to, release Arkham Origins. All the press stuff and all the dissemination of information was really sparse back then. We didn't have the huge reach of social media as it is today. Back in the day, I remember not even, how did I even find out about this game? I think I may have seen something in like a video store. I bought my copy of Batman Arkham Origins from a video rental store. That's how much a lot of this information was basically under wraps. If you didn't go to GameStop in some places, like I lived in a very rural place, you didn't really know what was going on. But now you can hop on YouTube and you can figure out what games are coming, what dates they're coming. It's a very different world we are right now. And right now I can just say from what we're seeing, if they continue to ramp up this kind of exposure of their studio, what they're doing, I think it's definitely going to appeal to the fans. We are in a very solid spot right now as a community. And I remember even at one time, Slickmoth, who's somebody that I really enjoy their content, he was so frustrated and flustered, and he said he just feels like, I'm the de facto community manager for this studio because he continues to put out stuff and all that. But, now we can say, you don't have to take on that stress. Somebody is getting paid to do it. Somebody has basically maybe even been hired. and they've, seen this person's passion for games, it will probably be a fun and learning experience for that person, to communicate with us. I think the person that they have is the lady called Pauline Zampolini. I think that's how you say it. So maybe she's going to be a community manager. Maybe she'll be in a team of community managers that will be working on communicating and disseminating information for this game. So that's basically where we are right now. I think it's a lot of progress. Some may not think it's a lot of progress, but trust me, you probably now have more of a direct confirmation of something in the works than we did just a few days ago. So let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think this is definitely something that we need right now? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a step, forward? I think it is. I mean, just listening to her story, it was quite interesting that some of the games that influenced her to like games were some of the games that influenced me to like games. She talked about the Nintendo 64. I laughed because I remember that console was very pivotal in me adopting video games. And she talked about how her family got a personal computer at home. And I thought to myself exactly the same thing. We got a PC, and my stepbrother was very instrumental, helping me kind of walk through how to, use a computer more efficiently. And I started, PC gaming, playing Commandos. I don't know if you guys know what that game is, but go and Google Commandos and see how old that game is. And that's where you're going to know where my roots were from. Now, I was basically a teenager, or I was not even a teenager then when I started. So that's been a while, but it's really nice to see that gamers have roots as some of the people that are going to be making our games. That's very important. That's a very nice thing to see. That's it for me. Thank you so much for your time and audience. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you haven't joined the community, consider hitting the sub button, and I'll see you all hopefully in the next one. Peace out.